You may now share the link, nimekuforwardia kwa WhatsApp.
Not really high-end now.
Yeah. Ile kibole yako fupi. Start the meeting. Ndio tuingie. Kwa hiyo sawa. Acha niwapatie wanene wote. Zoom iko hapa. Ndio ziende sambamba. Hapa tutaondoka. Tuweza kuunda hii ikiwa ina run, tutashukuru.
Unasema zoom hapo.
Zoom. Pale shida itakuwa wanataka pia kuna watu sawa. Itu project ini, bakwenda uti yetu ekera project. Mbuzuire kipu kana sawa extension. Iko kutoka mbele yako. Kwenda kuliko bora. Check wanataka pia project ball.
Shida yetu inaendelea kwa mingi. Unajua tunahama hapa tunaenda kwa
kuna sauti sasa iko sawa. Sauti kwa siku hiyo.
There's a lot of
Thank you very much. Let us give them a hand of applause. Thank you. We want to start our program today. And normally, we believe that in any program, we want to put God first. And with that, I'll ask two of our participants to be able to lead us in the word of prayer. And I'll want to, first of all, ask Sheikh Hassan to lead us with the word of God. Thank you. Do we stand, please? Let us stand. Could we also ask the people who are outside to come in, please? The people who are outside, the ushers, please ask the people who are outside to come in. The ushers, please ask the people outside to come in. Even at the reception, please.
Yeah, they can. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, owner of the two worlds, you alone do we worship, and your help alone do we seek. We have gathered here, O Allah, to brainstorm on issues that are important to our country, that we love so much, and that we know that you also love. We ask you, O Allah, to support us in those discussions, to guide us in the deliberations, and to bless the outcome of those deliberations. Amen.
Let me get a support from Joyce. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let us pray. Our kind Master above in heaven, we come before you, thanking you for everything that you've done unto us, O Lord. We pray that as we have gathered here, O Lord, you may give us protection. Pray for the traveling, Father. May they reach their destination, O Lord. For we come here humbly asking you for protection and guidance, O Lord. We also pray that you may be with us in all our doings, O Lord, because it's for your mercy and glory that we are able to see this day. In Jesus' name we pray.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Our sign language, when do you start? Immediately or later, when the program really starts? Okay. Thank you very much. And we want to thank everybody who has been able to join us today. It is your presence that makes this function tick. We were waiting for the IT gurus or wizards. I hear they are not called professionals, they are normally called wizards, to be able to share with us the program for today. So I think we were expecting our master of ceremony to say a few words through virtual. She's in the US, but somehow we'll catch up with her later when our systems go well. And then I'll be giving the opening remarks much later. And then we'll be having, I'm just trying to give you the rundown of what we expect, probably either in the morning hours or probably just catch it up to afternoon. This is for today. Probably for tomorrow, we should be able to share this as time goes up. we'll be calling on our event also coordinator, that is Portia. She's also the one in charge of our media, to give us any housekeeping words. We were expecting Her Worship, Councillor Elizabeth Kang'ethe. She's a former mayor, but I'm told she's still on the way. Then we'll be having Keproba. I don't know whether they are already here. If they are not here, I've seen my old friend, Samson Tonyok. Samson, I'm still challenging you in a game of pool. I always used to beat him in a game of pool, so I'm still challenging him. And then later we'll be having a GPC representative who will be also one of our guest speakers. And then we'll be having Mr. Abdallah Abdul Haik, who is the managing director and CEO of Gulf African Bank. That is at between 11 and 11:45. And then we expect to have Dr. Manu Shandaria, who will also, we expect that he'll be giving us his speech through virtual. So IT Wizards, we are really looking upon you. We are supposed to have brief remarks by the Global Chair, Dr. Shemo Chuodo. I don't know, probably I may ask you earlier. We'll agree with him so that if he can come earlier, the better, so that we are all clear on our program today. And then we'll also have brief remarks on behalf of the partners and exhibitors. And this will be by F.A. John Mwangi, Managing Trustee and CEO of Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority. And then at 11:45, we'll be having our chief guest. And our chief guest is Cabinet Secretary for Labor, Honorable Simon Chelugui, EGH. And in the afternoon, at 12:30, we'll have a photo session. And then there'll be a media briefing where we expect all the CEOs will be present to join us. Yeah, and then sometimes at 12:30 to 1, we'll be having the participants going around through the exhibition center. So let me just start. Probably I need to introduce myself. My name is Francis Opondo. I am the local organizing committee chair for this particular function and for the Kenyan chapter. Just to mention, we used to work with the MD of NetFund when we were still young. And then I moved out of the country and I stayed outside the country for many years. And I came back when I was more handsome than I left. Yes, and I did join KDA when I was still outside the country. And when I came back, I joined the local organizing committee. I believe that the global chair, Dr. Shemo Chuodo, will tell us more about KDA and the various associations associated with it. I was to call Madame Portia. Madame Portia, so that you could just tell us what is happening, probably how we can go to the exhibitions.
Good morning, everyone. So I'll do a bit of housekeeping. My name is Portia. Sorry, I've not introduced myself. My name is Portia. I'm the event coordinator. The toilets are just outside at the reception desk. Tea is being served at the back. The exhibition booths are on this side. Lunch will be upstairs, so I'll be able to give everyone vouchers for lunch. I think that's all for now when it comes to housekeeping. In case of anything, I'm seated at the registration desk, so you can just say hi. Thank you.
Thank you. Portia is also a media consultant. So please, if she's taking your photo, know it may appear in the newspaper. So post very well so that it is something that you would like to be seen in the media. Probably just to say a few words, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the local organizing committee. I don't know whether my members are around. I know they have been running up and down. Some of them are at the reception. Ambassador Zia is jumping around. My group is actually running up and down. And I believe that some of them are at the reception there. They are part of the people who are ushering people in. And we are happy that we've gotten quite a good number to attend this particular convention, the 8th one. We've been doing this every year in December, particularly during the second week of December. For the last 8 years, I think we have not missed any year, even with COVID. So we want to also take this opportunity to welcome all our partners who have been able to make this happen. It is because of you that we are here. And we believe that once we finish this convention, you'll be able to probably in the next 2-3 months, we believe that you'll be able to say that the convention was worthwhile having, and then you'll also be able to partner with us again in the coming year. One of the things we'd like you to do is, please, I believe that in the booklet that we'll be sharing with the diaspora associations all over the world, there are nearly 50, there are 40-something. We share so we can be able to share the booklet, and within that booklet, we can have your advertisements, your names, how you people can be contacted, so that then that should be able to happen. We'll also probably be able to get the numbers of the persons who will be watching us. We are not only being watched here in Kenya, but we are being watched all over the world. Live streaming is going on. Yeah. So as I was mentioning, we value your partnership, and we will be bringing to you, as I just mentioned, a number of associations all over the world, particularly Kenyans, who are keen to invest at home or to do anything back at home. I once worked for many years in a country called Nigeria, and one thing they always said is that Kenyans always want to go back home. You meet any Kenyan, he talks about going back home. But Nigerians, I hope there's none here, but this is true, whether they challenge me or not, none of them, when they are out there, wants to go back home. They only go back home to look for a wife. That is one thing that a Nigerian will once they've gotten home and gotten a wife. But Kenyans, even when they have money, corrupt money, they don't run with it outside the country. They invest it in the country so that when the EACC comes, they'll always find the many number of apartments that you have bought within the country. So Kenyans are a very peculiar people. So as you talk to the Kenyans, be assured that they are a group of people that will always come back home. So if you show them anything back at home, they'll always come for it. Yeah, so I don't want to say a lot now. I'll still be having other opportunities to talk more. Bwana Chairman, I'll be asking our group global chairman, Dr. Shemo Chodo, to probably come and say a few words. Yeah, so I don't know whether we could be having clapping just to. Thank you very much. You're forcing me to sit here.
It's okay. Karibu. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chairman Francis. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the slight late start. It's like Africans have accepted that being late is allowed. I hope we can change that culture because diaspora behave a bit differently. Having said that, we apologize for her worship Mayor Elizabeth Kang'ethe. Came in yesterday from London, but went straight to Narok. She's on the way. We hope she gets here in good time. But allow me to acknowledge and recognize all the CEOs we have and chairpersons we have in the room and those who will be joining us in due course. We do know that this being a COVID time, and we'll strive, let's try to observe as much of the protocols as possible to the extent that we can. Of course, with a light touch, the Diaspora COVID Task Force will be talking about COVID Remedy 7, has helped more than 10,000 people in 20 different countries, including Kenya, who are COVID positive, turned negative within 2 days. That's a miracle of our diaspora professors, virologists. We'll be hearing a bit of that, I think tomorrow and the day after. And there will be samples also at one of the booths. Please take time to interact. We have made our program this year very relaxed, more relaxed than usual, so that there is more B2B, business-to-business conversation. Ambassador Beja, you will request our neighbors on the other side, if Ambassador Beja, if you can listen to me, you request the neighbors on the next to talk in low tones, so that we thought it was a good idea to get the booths nearby, so that we give maximum time and exposure to the booths. If I don't recognize some CEOs, please, or chairpersons, bear with me. But at this point, allow me to acknowledge NetFund is one of our major partners. The CEO is in the room. Can we give him a round of applause? When a CEO just wave so that, thank you very much. Another round of applause. Thank you. We appreciate you. We also have the Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority CEO in the house. When a CEO just wave, we give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. We will be acknowledging other CEOs, but we have a special chairperson. Now, this chairperson, I was telling him, how do you surprise me? Because I was expecting to lay a red carpet for him tomorrow. Now, Linus Gitai is a great friend of the diaspora. When a chair just stand, can we give Linus a round of applause? His seat is here at the front, but he says he wants to sit at the back. I could take a whole day to talk about this gentleman. chairperson board of DTB Bank. Yes, so, okay, so he says he'll come again tomorrow. But he will still say, Kionjo, kawaida, he will say a few words today. So we're greatly honored. Even when things are very difficult, he's one who's been pushing the diaspora. Of course, a number of you know him better. Joyce, we were hoping you would sit somewhere over there so that, yes, come over. You just, even, so the cameras are live, so our sign language interpreter, Joyce Kwamboka. Do we give a round of applause as well? Thank you. People know Linus better as a Nation Media Group, former group MD. So we're very delighted and honored. Of course, among our other principal partners, we will be acknowledging them. Some of them you can see already donned in the room. I don't want to take much time, but I must also recognize one special guest, Pangaea Trust. Pangaea, Semia, you know, sometimes I call it Semia or Semai because whether American or British English, router, just to give him a round of applause all the way from Norway, Samia. Thank you. You'll be hearing more about Pangaea Trust in the moment. So without much ado, ladies and gentlemen, if you may permit, actually I was going to invite you, Samia, if you are ready just to come and share your thoughts. But maybe if you wanted to do some projections, we can allow you to prepare with the technical people. Otherwise, I was going to invite our Net Fund friend to come and share a bit of words. I know his official time is still going to come later. So, Bana MD, 5 minutes, come and share your thoughts. Give him a round of applause as he comes. Yeah, just remember we are recording, so just come over.
Chief guest I know was not arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I think you'll be wondering who is this speaking. My name is Samson Tonyok. I'm the CEO of National Environment Trust Fund. This is an agency of government under the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, of course, charged with coordinating resource mobilization for conserving Mother Nature or for environment conservation. So we are honored to be here. We know the Kenya diaspora can play a big role in ensuring that we have a better Kenya, because if we don't preserve and conserve the environment, I think we will not have a country. And of course, the investments that we make back home, as Bwana Francis, my friend, has said, Kenyans love coming back home. Of course, will go into waste, because I think we are living at times where we have all seen the effects of climate change, and I think it's no longer a fallacy. It's real. I think we are seeing unpredictable rainfall patterns. We are seeing frequent droughts now. Because I think the last time we had a drought was sometimes in 2017. I think we have experienced that, especially in the northern part of our country. So we believe the Kenya Diaspora Alliance has a big role to play in ensuring that we have a good environment to live in. Because I think our professor, the late Wangare Maathai, said, if there's nothing, the environment, of course, it's slow in acting, but when it acts viciously. So I think we have to pull up our socks. We have to make sure that, of course, we don't make it angry. So I think without wasting a lot of time, I'll read a few remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by saying that I am extremely delighted and honored to join you today in this timely and important convention. As a member of the organizing partners of this event, I also would like to join the rest of the speakers to welcome all participants. It is my hope and wish that you will have a rewarding interaction in the 3 days. As a national government agency mandated to mobilize and finance sustainable environment initiatives in the country, the National Environment Trust Fund recognizes the key role that Kenyans abroad play in the development of our nation. We are therefore pleased to be associated with the Kenya diaspora community as we seek sustainable options for environmental management in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in unprecedented times of deadly environmental crisis, as you've all seen in the recent past, and climate disasters caused by climate change, as well as through human activities. Key among them, of course, include climate change impacts, environmental pollution, overexploitation of our natural resources, high land and forest degradation, increasing waste and waste streams, loss of biodiversity, air pollution, and ecosystem degradation. While the government has taken bold steps to address the situation, mainly through legislation and policy formulation, broad-based partnership and collaboration is required to successfully implement some of these policies and strategies. In the course of this convention, we will therefore seek to involve Kenyans abroad in not only addressing the challenges, but also take advantage of investment opportunities in the sector. Indeed, there exist many opportunities for investment in the environment sector. There also exist massive opportunities to indulge in social enterprises and community projects in the sector. And Kenya's readiness to support and facilitate green investment is confirmed by her globally acclaimed efforts to reduce carbon emissions. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of National Environment Trust Fund and that of the Ministry of Environment and Forestry, I take this opportunity to assure you of a very serious commitment to partner and collaborate with you as you proudly seek to invest back home in the sector it matters most, the environment. Thank you, and God bless you, and God bless Kenya.
Have you forgotten your mask?
Where is our... you have already. Yes, we want to be careful so that we don't get into trouble with the Ministry of Health at all. I want to request the CEO of Unclaimed Financial Assets, if you can come to the front. I want also to request Semia Pangaea, if you can come to this front. We also have a representative of Capital Markets Authority. Bwana Director, please, as regulator, we want to get your blessings. Please have a seat. You can come through this side, please. I think it's easier to pass through here. CEO of OFA, even though you've spoken, you know, you climate change and just come over. And it's very gender insensitive. Do we have a lady CEO anywhere nearby, or general manager, lady? Okay. Yes, or head of the... We have GIZ that we do. I don't know if Stella or Frida, if she's in the house. Yep. Give her a round of applause. Please, if one of you is able to come over, please. Then, but not least, Chairman, I want to request you just to come over. I know today was not officially a day, but I want you just to come over and say a few words. As Chairman comes over, all our partners are important, yes, are important to us. Two of them, the majority are Kenyan, but two of them are friends of Kenya. Samia, coming from Ethiopia, Eritrea, Norway, Sweden, and all. And also Madam Freda, GIZ, the Germans. Give them a round of applause. They're friends of Kenya. I want to, because I know he's pressed for time, and he's going to come and speak tomorrow to you. And remember, we are streaming live, so you can also follow on your phone. Others are following on the phone and already asking questions, and are tweeting already. Our hashtag is hashtag KDH Convention, or at KDA. It will be projected. I don't know if the hotel could help. I don't know why the projection is not happening, but hopefully, but online on phone, I was following on my phone and laptop. So you're able to project that. So please retweet. We believe that within the next 1 hour also we'll be trending. On Friday we're trending. So we have a team in the background, and we're sure together with yourselves we will be trending. So retweet, like, if you can. But at this point, I want to invite, sometimes I say his shoes are so big for me to carry. Bwana Linus Gitai, as a good friend of Diaspora, give him a round of applause. Board Chair of DTB Bank. Karibu.
Yeah, yes, Chairman. Good morning, everyone. Muko salama? You know, I'm this sort of fellow who is invited for dinner, and then you show up for breakfast. And then you stay the whole day, although the invitation was for dinner. So I was invited tomorrow, but I was in the neighborhood. As you know, Diamond Trust Bank is actually next door. Then nikasema wacha niangalie vile maneno iko. And then chairman just tells me, say something. So quite happy to do that, quite frankly. And I'll tell you the other reason that if I'm invited for a diaspora meeting, I would not hesitate to come, is I have been a diaspora myself. In 1998 to 2001, I lived in the UK, and so, I was marketing director for a company called GlaxoSmithKline, and I know the issues that we faced then. I was commercial director for the same company in Cyprus, where I was there for 1.5 years, in a place called Near East, Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, those countries. And I know what issues we had then. And of course, my last assignment with that company was a group CEO for West Africa, based out of Lagos. So the gentleman, was it Francis, who was talking about Nigeria? Yes, so I was waiting for you to talk a little more about Nigeria, and then I would raise my hand. But because I actually lived there for 3 years. But so I understand the issues of the diaspora. I understand the opportunities that also the diaspora sees here. And one thing I would say for certainly is that I think forums like this are important, not just so that we may have conversations among ourselves, but so that we involve the government as well, because this is one constituency that is slowly emerging as actually the most important constituency in the country. The reality is you guys must start boxing up, punching above your weight, because I was looking at statistics. Today, diaspora remittances are bigger than coffee and tea combined, right? They are. They are bigger than coffee and tea combined. And therefore, when you have a diaspora forum, what I would have expected is treasury here, I would have expected Ministry of concerned with, of course, the investment folks are here, but I would expect a huge delegation laying carpets, not for us, but for you guys, because actually diaspora is that important. And I think as we move into the future, my plea to you guys is let us engage a lot more aggressively so that the position that diaspora should occupy in the hearts and minds of Kenyans, in the hearts and minds of government, is proper, because I shudder to think about what would be happening to the Kenya economy. I shudder to think what would be happening to the dollar if diaspora remittances were not there. The dollar would probably be at 200 shillings and beyond. So it is that important, and I think we need to ensure that we not only communicate that, but influence at that level, because that is what you really are. Now, the other thing is I cannot stand here, even though I'm a diasporian myself, historically, and maybe not talk about Diamond Trust Bank. When we were approached, we said yes quite quickly. We said yes, we will sponsor. And we also say that we don't just want to sponsor an event. And this is important for us. We just don't want to sponsor an event. We want to work with you. And I'll tell you why, why we want to work with you. We want to work with you because, first of all, Diamond Trust Bank, probably unknown to many people, is the oldest bank in Kenya. It's not only the oldest bank in Kenya, it's actually the oldest bank in Tanzania and one of the oldest in Uganda. Actually, we were founded here in 1946. So I'm sure you have a couple of other banks. So if there is a bank person here who thinks they are older than DTB, please raise your hand. And then we can compare notes. So it is one of the oldest banks, and it is firmly rooted in this country. It has seen and helped shape dreams of many, many people. And we think that we are ripe now, very, very ripe to actually start engaging with the diaspora. The first thing that we did not too long ago, I think less than 2 months ago, is to start a China desk, because China is also becoming an important player in this market. So we recently started a China desk, and that is going very well. The next thing we want to do, and we have done to an extent, is actually also have a diaspora desk. And the diaspora desk should be able to talk about those things that you probably oftentimes when you're sitting in Dallas, or sitting in London, or sitting in Texas, those things that you worry about. And I remember when I was a diasporian, I remember a fellow coming, a friend of mine, who I will not name, because I'm not authorized to speak on his behalf. That is what we used to say in the media. And this fellow used to send money home, and then he would get pictures. He would get pictures of the plot and how much it was progressing. Kube, the uncles that he was sending money to, was actually taking photographs of the neighboring plot. So when the fellow eventually came to Kenya, you can imagine what happened. But time has moved on. And we think that if you partner with us, we can actually work together. Even those plots, we can work together, we can finance them, we can have your accounts. And maybe what I would want to say more than anything else is that we also want to be a digital bank. And we are working very hard. And for those of you who bank with us here, you probably agree, and I want to say this, we have the best app in the market. An app that can receive money from anywhere, an app that can translate money at a favorable exchange rate, an app that can actually then send to M-Pesa or send to another bank almost instantly. So even in terms of your day-to-day requirements, having an account here, having an account digitally can help you transact, even if you are in New Jersey, even if you are in Manchester. We can help you to transact, and because even in that forum itself, even in the digital space, we can actually, we are flawless. And so that is an area that we really, really hope, Mr. Chairman, we can engage. And lastly, we are here to listen. We are saying we've made a decision as a board that we want to work with the diaspora. We have made a decision that we want to work together. And I said, therefore, we don't see this as an event. We see it as a beginning of a program where we can have more in Kenya and more out there. But please tell us, like I said, you see me, I was talking about plots and how somebody was being cheated. I think today there are lots more opportunities than just plots. So we're also here to listen, ladies and gentlemen, and there will be more DTB people here tomorrow. We're here to listen. Tell us what you'd like us to do more. I was being told by somebody else how another bank was frustrating in terms of opening an account, in terms of the details that you need. Tell us what your concerns are. We work closely with the regulators. We try and make sense of the opportunities, and we come back to you. So for us, that is important. We are here to listen and to tell us how can we configure an ideal diaspora product that is going to meet your needs. Because your needs oftentimes are actually joint needs. They are the needs of you sitting there and the needs of the beneficiaries back at home. How can we bring that together and ensure that it's flawless and that we execute it properly and that you have no fear? As long as you hit the button and you know the money is with DTB, you know that it has arrived because we have mechanisms of ensuring that that happens back home and we continue to have a good relationship. So that's what I would want to say right now, because I was asked, I was ambushed by the chairman, but you can never be ambushed when you're talking about your organization. So if you want me to continue, I can continue. But asanteni sana, na tutaonana kesho. Thank you very much. Asante.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Asante sana. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Chairman. You know, if you want exposure, with a light touch, Chairman, yes, you may also need to talk to him. You know, Nation Media Group is probably the largest in East and Central Africa. He probably doesn't know, but he'll soon discover. We're actually doing a project with the Aga Khan Foundation and Aga Khan Hospital Kisumu with Manchester University. So we are connected already with the bank in many ways. At this point, I do know, I'm informed our chief guest is on the way shortly, but I want to invite, I do know he was also scheduled to speak at a different time, Capital Markets Authority as a regulator. Najua kwa Kiswahili, I'm assuming most of us understand Swahili, and now it's becoming an African language, AU language. Najua when Sirikali speaks, then you are in good company. I suspect Director of Diaspora Affairs, Ambassador Harriet, is probably in the room. She was trying to reach me, but I can't pick her phone. So if not, she's following online, and Foreign Affairs will be participating either virtually or physically. Can we give Ambassador Harriet a round of applause from Foreign Affairs? But at this point, regulator, on behalf of the CEO, I think we'll give you an opportunity, just 5 minutes, to share some thoughts. Capital Markets Authority, and it's one of our partners. Another round of applause, and our regards to Bwana CEO. Hashtag is Kenya Diaspora Homecoming, KDH Convention. Hashtag KDH Convention. Okay. Or you can also follow KDA_KE. KDA, Kenya Diaspora Alliance.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for that introduction. My name is Kamunyo Njoroge. I take care of education, awareness, and certification at the Capital Market Authority. My CEO was invited, Mr. Wycliffe Shamia, to speak, and he asked me to come and represent him. He's actually having a meeting, I think it's a government meeting in Mombasa, so he couldn't make it. But maybe just before I begin, just to recognize, the distinguished guests who are here, and also the members of KDA, all other protocols observed. So maybe just to follow from Mr. Linus, I don't have that kind of serious interaction that is hard, like very real, like he has. But I grew up wanting to be a diasporian, like a lot of Kenyans. After campus, all of us would ordinarily try to look for a passport. And somehow you'll miss this passport, and somehow you find your way around the country. So I think I would say that I'm actually a diasporian at heart. But just to get into some few thoughts that my CEO wanted to share with you. So if you allow me, I'll just go through them very quickly. And I'll just actually maybe go verbatim with the permission of the chair. First is we are happy to be here at this event organized by Kenya Diaspora Alliance through Diaspora Investment Club Limited. This year theme, Diaspora Remittance as a strategic engine for economic transformation, resonates with Capital Market Authority strategy of awareness that recognizes diaspora as a key constituent to drive our economy. In addition to engagements with various diaspora associations globally, CMA has collaborated extensively with the Kenya Diaspora Alliance since 2017, and most recently since 2017, and most recently the CMA KDA webinar in June 2021. So we had a webinar with Kenya KDA, and I think it was very well received. So I'm confident that this gathering will, among other things, deliberate on interventions that are needed to move the capital market forward. This will include enhancing joint programs and initiatives targeting diaspora with a view to increasing opportunities for Kenyans in the diaspora to create wealth through capital markets and other sectors. Implementation of identified interventions with a view to enhancing the value proposition within the capital markets on both the supply and the demand side. Enhancing programs to boost confidence through robust investor protection and education on new targeted products. Kenya capital market has significantly grown, and we have undertaken significant strides in encouraging greater investor participation in the market in a number of areas, including promotion of investor education and awareness, strengthening corporate governance and listing standards, diversification of investment products, and enhancement of market infrastructure and trading technology. Our market has remained resilient despite some of the setbacks we've had that have also occurred globally, particularly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. For instance, we are able to give you statistics that shows that especially Q3 was very good for the market. We are seeing movements in the market capitalization. We are seeing movement that is positive in NSE 20 share index. We are seeing movement in the secondary market, turnover increasing. That is in Q3, although there's a bit of pushback in Q4, but Q3 was pretty much all going up. As mentioned, capital markets industry is fast embracing and adopting technology landscape through implementation of a host of innovations. Some of the example that we are able to give of development that may be of interest to diaspora include, and I think this is important, diaspora, one of the things that we've been having is what Mr. Reiner said, that you'll be cheated, that there's something that is happening in Kenya, but you're not able to verify. So we are able to give you an opportunity to be able to invest from wherever you are across the world through some of these innovations that include Recently, we launched the capital markets mobile application on Google Play, which I encourage you to download and sort of try to use. This gives you pertinent information about how you can invest in the capital market, how you can invest in shares, bonds, and I will be talking later today in depth about some of these products. An online forum and feedback request. So again, if you want to engage us, so we have come up with an online forum and feedback request form. So you're able to bring out your issues there. We have an investor toolkit and calculator in addition to revamp resource center portal with a diaspora section. So we are trying to make sure that you engage us online without any problem. Again, we have our intermediaries. These are stockbrokers, investment banks, fund managers. They also have apps where you can actually do actual trading. So if you're interested in investing in unit trust, investing in equities and bonds, you're able to do that through that app. There's also significant product in adoption of RegTech, SupTech, and ROP advisory technology, distributed ledger technology, and the emergence of alternative funding platforms, that is crowdfunding, targeted towards transforming equity and debt financing to SMEs. We have a sandbox at the Capital Market Authority. So if a company is not sure about their product and they want to test, they can actually come and test there. And in the event that we find that product is fit for purpose, then we are able to admit, or rather allow that company to now go to mass production. These initiatives have significant potential to fundamentally change the capital market value chain and transform traditional investment offering and advisory. I am also pleased to inform you that after months of hard work and significant effort from NSC, CMAs, and CDSC, the market intermediaries, the NSC commissions a trading system that enabled separation of trading and post-trading activities. The separation effectively enabled the introduction of new products, including short selling, securities lending, and borrowing, as well as recently launched day trading. And I think this is very, very fundamental, the issue of day trading. As some of you may be aware, due to your exposure in some of the developed jurisdictions, day trading is a welcome move for local investors who have previously waited patiently for the activation of intraday trading, as they seek to take advantage of intraday price movement and increase opportunity for returns from the stock market. I think what you're saying here, and I think this is important, previously you could only buy a share, say today, and you have to wait because you wouldn't be able to sell the same day. But now it's possible. You can actually buy in the morning, and in the evening you're selling. And I think that's important because if you're able to see thank you. If you're able to see movement, then you're able to take advantage of that. Another game changer is the establishment of a pooled funds industry players committee that is reviewing all challenges across all sectors with a focus on the retail investor. Members of these committees are derived from the capital market industry, insurance, retirement sector, the SACCO sector, and industry investment associations. The mix of regulators, issuers, intermediaries, and investors, both retail and institution, has ensured perspectives from policy, regulatory, and actual business investment angles have been incorporated. We will continue to engage you through various cross-sectional forums to hear your views around this initiative. I think what you're saying here, and I think, again, this is key, we are trying to get together all the people who are involved in this ecosystem or this space so that we get challenges. And I think Diaspora has had a number of challenges, so I hope we are able to pick some of the challenges here and see to what extent we are able to address them. And I want to, some of the things have been, how do I invest all the way from, say, the US? And then I want to be able to put money in security in Kenya. So some of those things are the things that we are looking at. In conclusion, I just want to make a couple of points. One, the diaspora should take advantage of online AGMs where you can still have a voice from your various respective domicile location. I think with COVID, something came that was quite important in the sense that now you're able to participate in an AGM from anywhere in the world, and then you're able to raise your issues through an online platform. As witnessed and compared to other markets, the current market performance has precipitated an industry drive for local and diaspora investors to take advantage and invest in stocks that have been offloaded by foreign investors during the pandemic period, who are now returning. And as you're aware, portfolio inflows are very moody. So like Aman. So what happened is that, that was a joke, I know. I don't know how you missed it. So basically then, once the foreigners find that there's a small issue, they would want to move in a different direction. So it's good that we take advantage. Several innovative products outside the vanilla ones that the diaspora can participate in include green bonds, forex, online trading, ETFs, derivatives, just to mention a few. And I see the chairman is trying to beckon me that I need to be leaving the stage. I'll do that in a short while. One can visit the CMA website for more information on the products. Still concluding, the Central Bank of Kenya recently projected that diaspora inflows, and I know Linus have alluded to this, into Kenya could rise to $3.4 billion in 2021 compared to 3.09 billion recorded in 2020, which is an indication of how the market continues to respond to post-COVID-19 effects. In this regard, we are working with stakeholders for more diaspora-tailored capital markets products, such as a Diaspora Infrastructure Board, Diaspora Investment Fund, and securitization of diaspora remittances. I think also that is critical. I mean, we want to be able to say, this is the much we are getting. Can we be able to front load that and then give the investors that money to actually undertake certain projects? And as most diaspora are concerned about scams and governance, the capital market has an effective enforcement and investigation mechanism, in addition to housing a capital market fraud investigation unit. There is also an online complaint portal, an online whistleblower portal, a resource center portal on our website with the dedicated diaspora section. Finally, I encourage you to visit our exhibition here outside for more information and direction on how you can be assisted and to be able to take part in this area. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Another round of applause to capital markets. Thank you very much. Indeed, I confirm we've walked the journey for a while. Please, if you can spray, it's over here. Yep. Yeah, this is the agony of COVID compliance. I've just seen Dr. and Mrs. Mackenzie, chairperson of Kenya North America Diaspora Circle. Raise your hands with Mzee as well. A round of applause for the coffee. I didn't realize you're sitting in their house, but please welcome. Old age is catching up, so if I don't see far, please bear with me. But allow me to acknowledge and also Chairman Mzee Manu Chandaria is online. Those who are on Zoom are seeing him. He will be talking in a while. And Linus, he says hello. Can we give Mzee Chandaria a round of applause? Of course, now that we are beginning to stream, if you on your phones, you will be able to see him on the Zoom house. I also just noticed as CMA was completing that Prince Lekan Fadina, former CEO of Nigeria Stock Exchange, some people, the Nigerians, the Keynes Group, Kenyans in Nigeria probably know him. And I think founding chair of Association of Africa Stock Exchange is also following on Zoom. So before the event ends, and he says, yes, capital markets and Nairobi Stock Exchange, they work together. Give Prince Fadina, all the way from Lagos, a round of applause. At this point, I just want to acknowledge Madam Head. I know she was to speak on behalf of DTB, but of course she said the chairman's shoes are too big. Just stand up and wave. Give a round of applause. Thank you very much. In the meantime, I just want to give, because we are shortly breaking for tea, so that when the chief guest comes, we are ready to start. But, and I also want us to go also to the booth, and I'll be at one point requesting to walk with the chairman to the booths. We must inspire and see what's there. But I want to allow just 2 minutes each for our colleagues on the front seat. You can use your microphone so that we avoid the COVID. So beginning with Madam Frida of GIZ. Let's hear a lady for the first time. A round of applause to her. Thank you. Just 2 minutes, what we call in Swahili kionjo. Because, yeah, go ahead.
International cooperation in this convention of the Kenya Diaspora Alliance. I have a comprehensive presentation in the afternoon that we're going to have a conversation about how can we harness diaspora remittances for investments in Kenya. And I think also looking at it, because we've heard from a lot of CEOs this morning, business perspective, I'll be bringing a new perspective in the afternoon, and that is how do we harness through development cooperation. We have a very innovative product called We Do Africa. We have a stand. I would really welcome you to come through and just see what we are doing. It is a digital transformation platform, and we are targeting our diaspora brothers and sisters who are in France, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland at the moment, as we look forward also to expand to other European countries because we are funded by the German government. And our product is really looking at exactly what Mr. Renas Gitai said this morning. When you send money and then someone sends a snapshot of the development of the neighbor, and we have a product that really makes sure that that does not happen. We are matching up the contribution of the diaspora with our own grants, but we're also providing technical cooperation and advice to our entrepreneurs based on what also the diaspora are doing. So we're providing a platform that is giving transparency, accountability, but at the same time, we're also giving money. And it's, of course, development money, and we want to look at how do we make sure that also the money that comes from the diaspora through the remittances, which is 3% of our gross domestic product, that's at least 75% of it, that it doesn't go to consumption, but it can also be used for business. So I look very forward, Mr. Chairman, this afternoon to be able to demonstrate these innovative products, and I welcome you again to our stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you greatly. Of course, you'll be hearing a lot about We Do Africa and Kenya Diaspora Alliance. We're delighted and proud to partner with We Do Africa. That was just Kionjo. At this point, can we also hear all the way from Norway? We brought Norway and Sweden all the way to Nairobi. Semia, if your mic can work. As he does, I know his colleague Jonas is following, is on Zoom from Somalia, but he will be talking about Pangaea Trust. Give him a round of applause. Just 2 minutes, if the mic can come on.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Sham. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here and to be able to speak. My name is Samir Saleh, and I'm working for Pangaea Trust. Pangaea Trust is actually registered in Kenya. However, Pangaea has another organization called Pangaea Accelerator, which I think is the one you're referring to, which is registered in Norway. But Pangaea Trust is a non-profitable organization working towards supporting local entrepreneurs and startups in different ways. So it's in terms of investments, capacity support, experts and mentorship in different areas. What we are trying to do is basically questioning on how we can turn remittances into investments. Since we know there's a high number of remittances inflow into Kenya, and just imagine what opportunities and what social and economical effects it has on the country if you are able to turn it into investments. And we also know, in terms of investments into startups, when it comes to startups raising over 1 million USD in Kenya, there's only 6% of the receivers are local entrepreneurs. So basically 94% is expat entrepreneurs. And for me, that's kind of mind-blowing and eye-opening, seeing those numbers. So the question is, what can we do about that? How can we support the local entrepreneurs and startups? And what effect will it have on the society? So we are setting up an investment fund together with KDA, focusing on supporting local youth entrepreneurs, solving problems with the technical aspect and the sustainable development goals. And we have acknowledged the power and opportunity within the diaspora. We want them to become a key partner and a game changer in the startup ecosystem in Kenya. And in our extensive research done with the Kenyan diaspora, they actually expressed a high interest of investing in Kenyan startups. However, they face 3 obstacles when it comes to investment. The first of them is lack of trust when it comes to organizations, institutions, and people handling their money as investment. And the second is lack of access to promising startups. And the last one was lack of knowledge when it comes to investment structures and investment opportunities. So the question for us is, how can we help and assist them in facing these 3 obstacles? And my colleague Jonas will talk more about that later on. Yeah, I think that was it. I know you said I should keep it short, and as they say, if you wanna go fast, you go by yourself. But if you wanna go far, you go together. So we're setting this up together with Kenya Diaspora Alliance.
Excellent. Give him a round of applause. I would say a Masignalu. That's a Marik. Eh? At this point, if you can pass on a mic to Dr. Mackenzie, the gentleman, excuse me, over here, right here. Again, just to say a word on behalf, if I can't see far, I would have called on other colleagues, and I will. Chris Wamalwa is probably in the house. I can't see him all the way from Delaware, but if he's not, I know he's following online, and he will be here. He's one of our good media friends. And but before I invite also the CEO of Unclaimed Financial Assets, although he will be speaking on behalf of our partners just before the keynote, I think African diaspora is broad. We also have what we call historical diasporas. The Caribbeans, the African Americans, the Afro-Europeans. Dr. Mackenzie, just 1 minute, say hello. Give him a round of applause.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I just want to say good morning to all the executive who shows up. Once again, I'm here. I'm supporting the diaspora. And I started doing business in Kenya from, I think it's 2009, and I've just loved to see how Kenya has grown. A little bit of my background is that I started as an engineer, and I went into banking business, and now I'm setting up something to do with the youth. I'm setting a digital marketing environment where youth can stay in Kenya and earn money in USA and UK. But that's kind of short. I see I will be around visiting individuals, so we'll talk more. And I just want to say congratulations again to the chairman.
A round of applause. And of course, said in the Bible, what God has put together, let no man put asunder. Dr. Lucy Mackenzie, 1 minute just to say hello. Salimia your fellow colleagues and introduce yourself just as you do that.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Lucy Mackenzie. I am co-founder and chair of Kenya North America Diaspora Circle. It is the first women-only diaspora circle, and we have partnered with KDA for quite a number of years, and so congratulations, Chairman, on the 8th Diaspora Convention, and to all the guests, and for everybody who has a booth, I'm looking forward to visiting with you. I am so looking forward to your conversation.
A round of applause to Dr. Lucy Mackenzie. Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, now that she's mentioning the 8th consecutive, last year, Mr. Chairman, somebody senior from Ministry of Tourism told us, you know what, when you were at Lesereni, December, same time last year, that was the first international conference taking place in Kenya post-COVID. Meaning diasporas were inspiring the world that Kenya is ready for business. Can we give ourselves a round of applause? And of course, this would not have been possible without the partners you see on the stage, from Prime Bank to National Housing Corporation to the rest that you see in the house. At this point, before we take a break to go to the booths and have a brief cup of coffee, CEO of Unclaimed Financial Assets. Can you give him a microphone, please, over here in front, just to say 2 words, because he'll be keynoting just before the chief guest. So his major things he will say at that point. And we are very proud that Unclaimed Financial Assets is with us. Can we give them a round of applause, please?
Thank you very much, Dr. Shem, and good morning, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. I think as stated, I'll have a session where I will take you through who we are and what we do. But maybe a point of comfort, of interest for us, is establishing this partnership with KDA and other well-wishers. In fact, I'm hearing all people talking here, and I can see there is 1 or 2 things that we can do together. Apparently, for us in Unclaimed Financial Assets Authority, they've got a very interesting problem of looking for people to give them their money. Unlike the conventional problems where everybody is looking for money. So I guess, so I do hope that through this partnership, and as you will appreciate, and you hear this in my presentation, a lot of these claimants, the people who have these unclaimed assets, and a lot of holders, the institutions that are holding these assets, are cross-border. Okay? You can have institutions here and they're also abroad, and vice versa. So perhaps for us is a beginning point to partner with the KDA and all the partners here, see what can we do in terms of the regulatory environment that we have. How can these unclaimed assets, perhaps jointly together with the diaspora remittances, be of help to the country and impact the socio-economic prosperity. As I had the statistics, if we are receiving 3.7 or 3.6 billion from the diaspora remittances, and 75% is going on consumption, perhaps you could see how we can have these unclaimed assets bridging that gap so that we have the increment of these monies coming and go to investments. So I guess there is a lot that we can talk, and I'm sure we'll have more in my session at the point in time. But before I forget, and I cannot forget this, please just beware. chances are, 99.99 chances are, all of you here have unclaimed assets. So you are most welcome to our booth outside there. Check whether you have unclaimed assets, and you'll be surprised that either you have or somebody you know for sure has, and also how to get it. Thank you very much. I look forward for a good session.
Thank you. A round of applause to CEO. And indeed, I can confirm when I see you, actually the year before last, the predecessor handed over to me a check during one of our conventions. And yes, for a month, I was very comfortable. So another round of applause to UFA. Thank you. I want to invite the chairman, the CEO, the MC, just to give us guidance where we are going for the next 15 minutes. Then we'll give a final word and take a short break.
Thank you very much. We continue to move on. We are now going to go out for tea, and you'll allow me to go with the high table and some of our chief guests who are seated out there. And then from there, we will probably, you said you'll be going to the booths? We'll probably go to the booths. That will be the first the first session at the booths, but we'll still go in officially later with the chief guests. But I think we'll be having the first time just to see out what is there, and then later we probably will do with the chief guests. So allow me to we'll say that the lady will be first. Yeah. So we'll probably just a minute, and then we'll probably be able to move to the tea is being served at the other gate where that gentleman is. He's not stopping anybody from going. I saw him standing in a way to suggest that he doesn't want anybody there, but he's actually welcoming us there.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chair. When I MC, he's both chairman, he's the chairman of the local organizing committee. As we take a break, let's save on time. Although we had 30 minutes for tea break, we'll try to sum it in 20 minutes, interact. But also we are hoping by the time we are back, all the technical hitches hopefully will have been fixed. So please enjoy your breakfast, but also take time to chat with the colleagues in the booths. As we take a break, can we give the high table a round of applause? Thank you. And I know the unclaimed financial assets CEO didn't mention, but the money he's holding, the assets is in billions. Maybe during his talk he will tell you, and that's your money. So please, let's go for a cup of tea, 20 minutes, then we are back for the chief guest. God bless.